everyone, my name is Celene Roach. I'm Janell Jackson. I will be doing base 2. A base 2 is called binary numbers. In binary numbers, there is only 2 digits used. The digits are 0 and 1, and the digits are referred to as bits. In base 2, we go up by 2. So each time you're multiplying, you will be multiplying by 2. On units. We do not use whole numbers in base 2, like for example like 1, 2, 3 or 4. We do not use whole numbers. We use 1 or 2 to represent each answers that we got. For example, one plus 1. So 1 plus 1 will give us 0. Bring 1, then 1, and then we have 1. So that will be our answer. We do not use whole numbers.
Now I'll be showing you how to add base 2 numbers. Here's an example of a base 2 place value chart that I created. So this chart ranges from 1 all the way up to 32. We use squares to represent each place value. So for 1, 2 to the power of 0, we have 1 square. For 2, 2 to the power of 1, 2 times 1 equals 2. So we have 2 squares here. For 4, 2 to the power of 2, 2 times 2 equals 4. So we have 4 squares here. And the same thing goes for 8. But because of the space, we didn't put any for 32 and 16. So we'll also be using squares to add and subtract base 2 numbers. Now we will be adding binary numbers. So we're going to add the numbers and put it on the place value charts using squares to represent it. So here we have 1 square equals 0 and 2 squares represents the number 1. Here it says to solve 1 1 plus 1 0. We already found the answer, so we're going to go through it step by step. So first we add 1 plus 0, and 1 plus 0 equals 1. Next we're going to add 1 plus 1, and that equals 0, and we're going to carry the 1. So 1 plus 0 equals 1. So our answer is 1 0 1. Using squares now, we already know that 2 squares represents 1, and the first number is 1 1. So we have 1 1 represented by 2 squares. Next we have 1 0, 1 0 here, and now we're going to add. So 1 and 0 equals 1. So put it down, put 2 squares down. Now we're adding 1 plus 1, which is 0, and we're going to carry the 1, which is 2 squares. So 1, and we put a placeholder, we use 0 as a placeholder for right here. So 1 plus 0 equals 1. So our answer is 1 0 1, as stated here. So the 2 squares represents 1, and 1 square represents 0, and 2 squares represents 1 here. So that is how we add binary using squares.
Subtracting in base 2, so this would be 1 1 minus 1 0. So we will be working it in the chart with some boxes. So each boxes represent 1, and a single box represents 0. So we will work it over here first. So it would be 1, 1 minus 1, 0. So 0 from 1 will be 1, and 1 from 1 will be 0 to the 2. How we work it over on the chart, it would be 1 box here, 1 box here, 1 box here, 1 box here, 2 here, also 2 here, and then 1 here. Minus will be so that's how you subtract in base 2. We cannot use whole numbers in base 2, so it will be 1, only 1 and 0 we use in base 2.
Now, we will be solving a worded question. Our worded question for today is: a train carried 808 passengers from Hanover to St. Anne. 2 days later, only 347 passengers took the train back to Hanover. How many passengers did not return? To solve this question, we will have to subtract 347 from 808. Now here's an example of a place value chart. So we've taken the numbers 808 and 347 and placed it under each correct column. So 808, the 8 goes under the ones column, so we have 8 ones, 0 tens, and 8 hundreds. We put the zeros here as a placeholder. Now we have 3 hundreds, 4 tens, and 7 ones. So this is 808 and 347. And now we're going to solve by subtracting it. So here's another place value chart used to solve the question. So we have 8 and 7. 8 is the bigger number, therefore it's on top. So 8 minus 7 equals 1. Now we go over to the 10 section. 0 is a lesser number than 4, so we're going to borrow 1 from 8. So when we borrow the 1, it equals 10. So 10 plus 0. 10 plus 0 equals 10. So now we're going to minus 4 from 10, which leaves 6. Here, since we borrowed 1 from 8, that will leave 7. So we're going to subtract 3 from 7. And 3 from 7 equals to 4. So our answer is 461. Therefore, only 461 passengers did not return. Here's a small diagram depicting the question. So we have 808. So we have 8 ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have 0 tens, and we have 800, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, with the small hundreds of squares inside each. Now we have 3 hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7 ones, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we minus 347 from 808. So 7 from 8 would equal 1. And 4 from 0 is lesser. So we're going to borrow 1 from 8 over this side. So we borrowed this one. So let's just cross that out. So we borrow 1, which would carry over and would add to 10. So as shown earlier, 10 plus 0 would equal 10, and 4 from 10 would equal to 6, which is down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 6 tens. And because we borrow 1, so we cross that one out, which would leave 7. So 7 minus 3 would equal to 4. So we have 4 over the 100 section. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 400. So we have 400, 6 tens, and 1 1. So here is how we depict it in squares.